and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. I hope you are all well. Happy 19th of July to everybody. Right, I'm working on one of the flower ones today. Is this a pansy? A violet? No, an iris. I was looking at the wrong one. This one is an iris. So I have pulled out a couple of ABs that may work for this. I've pulled out 208, which is Q on here, and I've got 5200 AB. I think I'm going to work from the bottom up. So I'll do the Q and then I'll decide whether doing the white is going to be too much or not. But I do have quite a lot of the purple, so I think it might be nice to bring some of that in. I'm also working with the beige zesty tray today. This is our limited edition, but at the time of filming this there is still a few. And I'm working with this pen that was gifted to me by Ellemiek, and it is a glass pen. I have put a metal tip in it and it does fit in. The little O-rings help it fit in, but there is a little bit of a wobble, which is probably just the bend of the glass, so I'm going to see how well it works. But let's start with the dark green, and I think I'm going to work from dark to light colours on this as I go. Seems quite a big one, this one, but it is a partial, so I'm not filling in the gaps. So we'll see how long it takes. And I think this metal tip moving might already be a bit too much. It's not staying steady. It's not having it at all. Okay, so I did wonder when I moved that one whether it would be the best thing to do or not. Now, I'm pretty sure it was that one. I knew there was a pen that I put a plastic tip in with the Ever Moment tip, and it was actually this Stabilo pen. So I need to be careful taking out the tips, but this one, I need to be careful putting it in. But the plastic one does fit a bit firmer. So, will that actually work? I've just popped the metal tip in the pink pen part on this Stabilo. And I was just doing that mainly to keep it safe, but it might actually work. Oh, it does jiggle about a little bit more. So I will change that to a plastic tip, but at least I've got a working tip in this one that will work a bit better. Oh yeah, that doesn't jiggle anymore. Okay, so if you change any of your pen tips to a metal one for whatever reason, and most of the resin pens, it works perfectly fine. But if you do find that it jiggles, it will probably not work best for you when it comes to actually diamond painting. And this is quite an end heavy pen, so it does take me a little bit to get used to not making it wiggle as I go to place it down. It takes a little bit to get my finger placement right so that I'm steady enough to put the diamonds down. So I think we're going to have a little bit of dancing today. It's not the video, it's me. It's the person. But I just find I need to rest it a little bit more because it's very heavy at the end. But it's gorgeous to work with. It's just beautiful. Okay, then I want S. I just had a thought then that I was using the wrong set of diamonds. I'm not. I think it's just because I didn't think about it before I did it. It made me question whether I'd got the right set. But I've done quite a few of these now, so I think I'm getting used to what sets they are, what colours they are. And the letter D in the space set, which is in the same storage as this one, is a blue. So it's not like I was going to get it hugely wrong. But anyway, right, comments and questions. Let's nip my computer tab over to YouTube. So Sarah Jane says she agrees. She says back in 2018, she said her storage bottle case was a 31 from Amazon. Lime green zip case. She said she got 2 and one has bigger bottles than the other. She said she wanted blue ones, but it was dearer, so she went on to green. So that's in relation to the storage options not being as many back in the day, or a few years ago, should I say. It wasn't even that long ago. Just a few years ago, the storage options for diamond painting weren't as much. But of course, as the hobby has grown, the options of things available have grown, which I think is awesome for all of us. Because now we have options and we can choose storage that suits us, our style, our diamond paintings, and all the rest of it. Oh, the diamond didn't want to stick. Debbie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, please can I ask you where in Australia can I get Goo Gone, as she can't find it. I don't actually know for Goo Gone. My family do live in Australia. I don't know if my dad picked any up. I'm not sure if he picks some up on the likes of eBay. I know he likes to pick quite a few bits he tends to be able to find on eBay, but I'm not sure if he actually needed and got Goo Gone. But any sort of adhesive remover, maybe you're better doing a Google search for an adhesive remover and see if you can find something similar, even if it's not the same brand, if you need to remove adhesive from some. If you have a search, places that have reviews will be even better, because then you'll be able to determine if it really does what it says on the tin. But yeah, I don't know offhand for that one. I do try and keep an eye out for stuff when I am in Australia, just so that I do know where they are sold. Like, my brain just registers things that are diamond painting related, whether I've got them or not. But since I've been diamond painting, I think I've only managed to go to Australia once because of COVID. So I haven't been able to fully investigate matters to determine where everything may be sold in Australia. Okay, let me change my colours. So I've nearly done the green. Oh, one of my favourite green. On a diamond painting anyway. I love the lime green. Next question. Helen, she says, you can tell now, she says, that your wants versus needs video has definitely changed. She said that in the wants versus needs video, I said that trays and pens were a want, as you didn't mind them, the ones that came in the kit. She says now we all know that's changed. Yes, I have found it so much more enjoyable to diamond paint with my trays and with pretty pens. They make me smile while diamond painting, and that's always a good thing. Right, just make sure that that is straight, please. There we go. It's a defining edge. It needed to be in the right position. She says there are definitely a need for her. She said she didn't realise how. she said, in her opinion, she didn't realise how rubbish the pens and trays from the kits are until she tried my trays. Thank you. It does make a difference. It really does make a difference. And I don't think anybody can fully appreciate it until they have tried, for example, one of these trays, because it's not that the other trays don't do the job. They do the job. They divide up your diamonds. They just don't do it quite as well. It's like they're a good worker, but they're not an excellent worker. They don't take that extra little step to be amazing. It's probably the easiest way to describe it. But, you know, they do the job. They do what they're supposed to do. They just aren't a tray that can do it to the best of their ability. It's probably the easiest way to describe it. Oh, I have a stem. I have a green stem. Okay, so R is the next darkest one, which is 550, and I'm not doing that one in an AB. So it'll be AB time in a minute. Helen also says, thank you for everything that you do. Oh, you're more than welcome. I do enjoy it. Every now and then I do get a bit, oh my goodness me, have I got the time to do everything I want to do? Probably not. Which is why kitting up mini paintings for taking away, I don't think is going to happen. I think I'm going to have to postpone that and take something else instead. Or it depends how my day goes, preparation wise today. I might try and squeeze in one kit, and as long as static doesn't give me a problem, then I should be good. It's if static gives me a problem that I might have a problem. Or I might just take the flamingo painting with me instead to do, along with my cross stitch. As I said yesterday, I think I am going to take the cross stitch and try and make that my primary goal. Even though it's Christmas and it's warm and it's supposed to reach quite a high today, 27, 28 degrees where I am, up to 34 in some parts of the country, which is unheard of for us Brits, really. So even though it's really hot and it's a Christmas image, I would love to be able to put it up this year for Christmas. And I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I pull my finger out and get it finished. And then I have the time to get it framed and sorted so that it can actually go up when the Christmas decorations go up and not be finished as they're due to come down. Alaya, she says, try David Baldacci for thrillers. She says he has loads and she's currently listening to her first from him. Thank you. I will pop him on my list to have a look. I've got I've not got quite a few. I've got 3 or 4 different ones on my list. And I'll have a little peruse and, you know, just decide to pick one and try one. And if I like it, I'll run with it. And if I don't, I'll move on to another. So all the suggestions are appreciated for the next series for me to listen to on Audible. Keep me going until the next JD Robb comes out, which is due in September. And then I for sure will be reading that one. Or listening to that one for sure. Because even though she releases 2 a year, it's still too long to wait sometimes for me. Debbie, she says, good morning from Deb in Australia. She said, hope you're doing well. She said, hope today was a good day. She's glad to see me back and love your whip and waffle. Thank you, Debbie. It is really appreciated. Deb SW, she says, oh my goodness, she says, I really need that light blue tray. The light blue tray is a nice one. We have actually done that in a couple of different sizes now. But the pastel ones and the really vibrant colour ones tend to be the most popular out of any, that's for sure. Right, Q is now an AB, so let's get the purple AB out and see how that goes. Let's try not to tip out too many, because I know there's a few in this painting, but there's really not that many, is there? I think I've tipped out far too many because I've got so many and they're in a bag instead of in the tub. I think I've confused myself on how many I'm tipping out. Oh well, it'll be entertaining trying to tip them back, because that's when I do find it can be difficult tipping diamonds back, is when I have overfilled my tray. And I don't use enough of them when diamond painting. It definitely, if it goes over the spout, that's when I find I have trouble putting them back. But I'll do it slowly but surely. Anne Smith says she loves the ABs on the daisy. Thank you. I was really happy with the way they turned out on the daisy. I wasn't sure with me doing sort of a middle section rather than the outer part or anything, but I think it has really worked. I think the daisy copes with it really well. And I'm hoping this iris will cope with it as well, because I'm sort of doing it a bit more in the middle, and I might actually be putting two on, though the white ones can be a little bit more subtle than the coloured ones. But we'll see what it looks like when I get all this purple done, as to whether it can cope with more AB. Or I might, where it's got white in this purple, I might do that white, but then I might still do the white in the top part of the flower in an AB. I'm going to take it just a little bit of the flower at a time until I'm sure. Cecilia, she says she has finally bought an A3 book to collect all her diamond paintings in the book, so an A3 display book. She said she's tried a couple of times to put a painting on A3 paper with double-sided tape on it. She said a few of them have loosened the grip, so she's going to use glue on the back, she said, and hopefully that will work better. Yeah, I think a lot depends on how you store your diamond paintings in your book as well. Mine do always lay flat, so the double-sided tape really is a low tack option, just because of the back of the canvas. But if you have canvases that are like lint backed, I don't think the double-sided tape would work anywhere near as well. She said she did find the book on Amazon in Sweden. She said she was also bought a photo box. She says the same that I have, but in a nice red colour, to store her spare diamonds in it. She hasn't filled her first box yet. She says when she's done that, she could build the other box with her spares. Now she says she's longing to get it home on Thursday, but before that she needs to clean the surface. She says, you are so inspiring, thanks. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad that you are able to find the things that you need to put into action. Some of the things that you may have seen me do that you want to do yourself. Because sometimes it's finding the same or similar items in the country that you're in that can be a problem. Because not everything is available everywhere, unfortunately. Right, I'm just going to get these ABs back in. I'm trying to put as much of the tray back in because I did fill it too much. But we've managed. We've managed. The ABs are away. I do have a couple of A's down here, but I'm going to continue with the rest of the purple first because I've got A up here as well. And I want to sort of work my way up a little bit. So let's get some peas done. And hopefully this nice purple will go next to the darker purples and the ABs and still look good. That's the hope. Bernadette said the daisies turned out gorgeous. She said they can definitely take that many ABs. Yeah, I think you can always get away with more ABs when it's white as well. Because the colour difference isn't quite as striking. It's still there, you can still see it, but it's not as different as some of the darker ones are. Which is why I was thinking of adding white in with this as well as the purple. Because I think it can cope with it a little bit more. Because it's a lighter colour. I'm just hoping that actually the purple ABs that I've put down already still look okay and don't look too much. 20101946 Iffy. She says, with reference to having Luna sprayed, she said that you answered in today's video. She said, of course, you should be guided by your own vet. But most vets recommend it before their first season as it will prevent breast tumours or womb infections, both of which can be fatal. She said also a bitch in season can be a real nuisance. She says because apart from the bleeding and attracting male dogs, they can be very moody. Oh, don't think I want a moody Luna. She says sometimes they can have false pregnancy after a season where they can act very strangely, thinking they've got pups, she said, and some even make milk. She says her paint gem kits should be arriving soon, and so a piece of dryer sheet will be put in every bag and it will be left for a few days. She says she does love these mini kits. She's ordered the dogs and the parks, but she can see more being ordered in the future. Yeah, even ones that aren't or weren't necessarily my first choice to gravitate towards, just because, you know, we all have our favourites, of course. I have still loved doing every single set of these. So just the size of them and in effect the detail, considering the size of them, just makes them so enjoyable to do. I have really enjoyed doing all of them. Right, let's get the last. That's the last of my peas done. I think I'm going to do everything but the white. So I'm going to do the N next, which is a really pale purple. Then I'm going to do the 5. Then I'm going to do all my yellow. And then I'm going to decide where gets ABs. Whether it's all of it, some of it, or none of it. because there's not too many bits of it here, but it's whether it will be too much on top of the purple that I've already got. Jo, she says she loves the glow-in-the-dark enhancements. She says they definitely give something extra to the space paintings. She says she's edited to add. She says she's been practicing using a pen, and she's finished one painting, which was Zesty Wolf, using only a pen. She says she learned she has to work the opposite way when she's using a pen. She works from left to right with her tweezers. With pens, she needs to work from right to left so that she places the drills correctly. It can be a hard habit to break when you've got used to using the likes of tweezers, because that was all that was available when Jo started diamond painting. They didn't provide pens at the time, they just provided tweezers. So I can imagine it takes quite a bit of practice to build it up, because you would have built up the practice using tweezers, which the most of us don't bother doing at all, because there's just no point unless it's a big special shaped diamond in some way. There's just been no need to. Right, where's my little extra pot for flowers? I just need to fish out a few number 5 for here. I only need 3, so I'm just gonna dip into the pot for that little bit. Let's go for X, which is 741. I did look at the Y because I have got an AB that would potentially work for the Y, but I wasn't sure if that would be too much as well. In fact, I might leave the Y and the letter M to last, and then I can still change my mind and put Y as an AB instead of white if I think that will work better. But I need to be able to see all the rest first to know. Very visual when it comes to things like that. So I'm going to get everything else finished and then try my best to think about what it would potentially look like and make my decision. Liz Johnson says she loves the ABs on the Daisy. She says, have you tried a Nyla bone for Luna? She said it's virtually indestructible and a really good chew tea thing aid. Yes, we did get a set of 3 Nyla bones for puppies. 2 of them were slightly softer and 1 of them was the really hard white bone. So the really hard white bone she seems to like for a little bit because it does come with a smell. But when that smell goes, she's not as interested at all. It doesn't aid her teeth, I think, to chew it. If anything, it's probably too hard. So once the smell's gone, she loses interest in that bone. The other 2 were like really tough chew ones, but softer than the white bones. She absolutely loves those. However, after a good few hours of chewing on the bone, she does manage to pretty much bite down the whole end to the point that we take it off her, because she doesn't need to poop out that many little bits of plastic. So yeah, we have tried the Nyla bones with her. They are probably the better ones for the length of time that they last before we need to take them off her. But yeah, it's still not an indestructible one. The white ones are indestructible, but she does lose interest in those quicker. So it's like, yeah, she just wants to be able to chew things to pieces. She really does. And, you know, that's what settles her with her teeth, of which she's now up to, I think 3 have been lost now. So she's definitely at that enjoying chewing things stage, but she enjoys it more so if she can get a little bit of something back from chewing it, albeit little tiny bits of plastic that she then dispenses of in another way the following day, once they've worked their way through her system. Debbie says she loves the ABs in the daisies. She said it looks beautiful. Thank you. Lady Dack, she says that daisy is stunning with the ABs in it. I agree. I'm really happy with the daisy. She said, well, she did finish her custom this morning. So this Lady Dax was doing a custom of her late husband, which had been started but had been put away. It was one of those projects that needed to be finished, but it was also a very emotional project for her. So it was, you know, there was a couple of different things to factor in to the point of being able to get it finished. She says she wants to thank everyone for their support and encouragement to get through it. She says she has put a photo in the group. So she's been de-kitting, she said, while she's been watching today. What to do tomorrow, she says, who knows? Options are open to you now. Unless you've got any other unfinished projects that need finishing first. Amy, she said maybe a book cover. The ones that slide over the outer edge of books could be used for cover paper. That is a good idea for the bigger sheets of cover paper. I might have to have a look at some measurements, have a look at some book covers and see if they will give the right measurements for storing the bigger pieces of cover paper that some people like to use. I will put that on my sort of shop list to be able to research that a little bit more and try and find the best option for a cover paper holder for bigger sheets of cover paper. See what the sizing's like. But yeah, I will have a good search and see if I can find something that's suitable, or I will also see if there is something, or if they're able to do something at the company that we purchase the cover paper holders from. Because they are all made to order, so they may be able to make us something bigger that can hold bigger pieces. Jo, she says she loves how the daisies turned out. She said especially after I zoomed out. She said as she was catching up on my videos, she realised that diamond painting, she said, or any other crafts, are 3 different hobbies. She says buying kits and supplies, doing the painting and organising the supplies. Heck yes. That's why craft is so popular, because it is just so giving. Whatever craft you decide to do, you get 3 hobbies out of it. You get the buying, you get the organising, and you get the doing. You could even call it collecting as well. You know, the buying is one, the organising is another, the collecting is another, and then the doing is another. It's a very giving hobby. is what it is. And I enjoy every single aspect of it. I enjoy the sorting, I enjoy the collecting, I enjoy the buying, which could be classed as being part of the collecting. And I definitely enjoy the doing as well. Right, so I'm currently doing an off-white here, which is scattered in amongst the whites. And then I need to decide whether I'm going for an AB in orange or an AB in white. And I actually don't know. I think I'm swaying more. I don't know. I was going to say I think I'm swaying more towards white, but I'm actually not sure now because the Y goes up a different way. So it's like it gives me two lots of ABs that are in a different shape. So this isn't a cross, even though it does go up and down. And this would then give a highlight in the middle of. So, whereas if I did the white, then again it would show here and it would show all the way around. I don't think I want to do both because they do touch. They do touch. But I also think that the white might help it stand out from the background a little bit more because it'll have that AB sparkle. I think this can take some more. Okay, I'm gonna do the white. I'm gonna stick to the white. So let's do my orange, and I think I can cope with that little bit of white being in here as well. I think it's got enough colours in between it. Nancy has left a comment. She says, "Ooh," she says, "Rebecca, I just got my paint gem," she said. She's so excited. Oh, you'll love them. Just enjoy them. You know, I think I possibly did my cocktails and my paint gems, my cocktails and my houseplant, sorry, too fast. Like I know there was a few nights I did a couple of them. And I think I really enjoy spreading out the mini paintings and doing one every now and then. And treating them like their own individual paintings. You've just got the benefit of not needing to kit up because you kit up for all of them. So you've just got the benefit of being able to do one. But yeah, I love doing them. I think I might have to spread out the next 3 kits I've got for a little bit. We'll see. I'm still going to have a couple of these to do, so maybe I'll just keep up with doing one a day, but maybe, you know, fitting it into my day and doing it not necessarily on camera and still getting a painting done a day and work through my mini kits that way. Okay, so that's the Y done. So now I need to tell myself not to tip out too many of the white ABs. Amy, she says at this rate, she says her son and herself will be going back to watch all of my Whip and Waffles and chats as he goes to bed each day, as it helps him to sleep by 7 o'clock, which is his bedtime. Awesome. I'm so glad I can help with your son's nighttime routine. I think that's a perfect idea. And if it means that you get to do some diamond painting as he goes to sleep, then all the better. Catch yourself a little bit of your me time while he has his downtime. And you'll probably both feel better for it. Oh, yes, I do like the white. It is a lot more subtle, for sure. Susan. It's one of those. Susan is more, I think, the right way to pronounce it. She says, this painting on the 11th of June, she said it reminds her of the Partridge Family. She said she doesn't know if it was ever shown on TV in England. She says, but it was all the rage here in the 70s. Yes, it was shown on TV in England. It wasn't something that I watched just due to the fact I was born late 70s. But I do know of it. So yes, it was definitely shown in the UK. She says, and she just says that the painting reminds her of that. She says she loves to see me doing giveaways. She says she doesn't enter because her stash is so huge that she really can't put any more away. But she hopes that others get a chance to increase their stash. As always, she says, thank you so much for sharing. Oh, more than welcome. I love doing giveaways. Sometimes it is just, it's weird. I go to the post office pretty much every single day for orders. But orders, you know, come through the system and the postage is easy to do through our postage system because our website talks to the postal carrier. So actually printing postage for orders is a really easy, straightforward process. Creating postage for a parcel that is not in our order system is not as easy a process. And I think it's just that sometimes takes a little bit longer for me to arrange and sort out giveaways. Because quite often I'm so busy during the day that I need that quick process, not the slow process. But yeah, I love doing giveaways, and there will always be more because there is always stash that needs to find a home where it is likely to get done, because I do not have the time or the space to be able to do it all. So if I can share the love, I will. Right, I've placed my last AB, there we go, and my glue dot decided to let go of a little piece of it right on my painting. And I've just realised I've also got dirt in my nail, which has been there the whole video from cleaning up this morning. Beautiful. At least it's only dust dirt from sorting out the conservatory. Right, the painting, the iris, is done. Thank you all so much for joining me while I got that one done. So I think I've got away with that second AB because it's white, so it's not as in your face. The orange I think would have still looked nice, but I do like the way that defines a little bit of the outline a little bit more. I'm not sure how well it shows, but it's a kind of different shaped flower anyway, isn't it, the iris? But yeah, that is the painting done for today. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope you will join me tomorrow while we get another mini painting done and you guys get some of yours done as well. But thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.